Just when you think you've got a scuba and shabby free weekend.
We're right back in.
Just when you think, oh, I've had enough of scuba and shabs all weekend. I enjoy my weekend. Here we are. Hi, Scubes.
What's up, dude?
Well, welcome to a special Shabby Geek tonight. It's an actual scuba special because Scuba, you've got a thing this morning, didn't you? What did you get, pal?
I had a UPS ring the doorbell about 4 hours ago, and they delivered a Valaverse Vanguard that I ordered. So fast. So I, of course, phoned you up and said, hey, what if we just did a little live unboxing? I mean, I've just slid it. I haven't opened it. So
you haven't even seen it yourself. Well,
no.
For those that don't know, let me just get something here for us. So last year, we went to Joe Fest, didn't we, Pete? I mean, a few of us went to Joe Fest 2023, and I'd heard about Valaverse, and I'd seen the lads making Valaverse, and I'd heard about it, but it wasn't until we actually went to Joe Fest that I'd actually seen them, and they were doing this. They were doing that exclusive, weren't they? They were doing the exclusive ones.
Yep.
Which is that right there? Me and you picked one. I remember I got there and you went, Shabby. Yeah, they're selling them quick. Go and get them. I think you got Connor one, didn't you? And we had a look round, and so that was the first time I'd actually seen them. And they had that they had the line of figures, didn't they, over the top of it? And I was blown away by these because I know this is an independent company, and I know they've been going. How long have they been going for now, Pete? Roughly.
What are we going on? 3 years.
Right. Okay. So it's a relatively new thing, but
yeah.
I've got to admit, I was absolutely blown away by them, and I just thought, wow, these are amazing. The look of them, the things. And as we were doing, I'll just show you a couple of pictures, so those that don't know about it. So we met up with Tony, didn't we? And Tony was working on the Action Force thing right there.
He was selling away. I mean,
he was awesome. What a lovely bloke he was. I couldn't believe how friendly he was, how nice he was.
He screamed your name out as soon as you walked on the sales floor.
I was blown away. So, and they had one of the biggest booths there, didn't they? This is Joe Fest, like I say, of last year. And that's Bobby Valor behind us right there. But the reason why we're bringing it up, that was all. And I think the gentleman in the red there works for Valaverse as well, doesn't he, Pete?
Yes, sir.
So that was us at the night. But the reason why we're here is because we saw this. And so you did the panel, didn't you, Pete? You went and watched the panel.
Sure did. Yeah.
And then was this put out after the panel? I think it was, wasn't it?
My order, because I was just looking, that was January 10th. I ordered this.
Right.
So yeah, you had the prototype at the booth, and then the big buzz for the panel was, what's the price point going to be? And Bobby did this killer presentation, which is on Analog Toys, Tony's channel. And it was like a Price is Right, like, how much would you pay? $249. And everybody's kind of like, I mean, yeah, that's no, and it's like $199. And he just kept bringing the price down, which was mind blowing for what's in here.
We were blown away, weren't we? I mean, it was under $200. But it was about $185, was it? Something like that.
$185.
And at the time, because we were expecting 250, 300 and so forth. And when you saw the size of it, because you could fit how many figures on it, it was unbelievable. And then when he came out with that price, we were like, what the France? Do you know how much is that? That's 30. But anyway, before we get it open and so forth, let's just see who's here. So Kieran's here.
Hey, Kieran.
Hey, Shabby. Shabby Geek is very special. Thank you, pal.
He is.
Oh, you mean this is a Shabby Geek special? Right? The lovely Leslie. I am Mrs. Scuba Pete is right there. Jonathan's here.
Jono.
Travels with Jason. We've got over 30 people in, so we appreciate this. Because like I say, we weren't planning on doing it, were we?
No,
Pete's US Postal Service,
Hey, any excuse to hang out.
Oh,
and hang out with the chat.
Oh, that's awesome. I am Manga Fandango, our size here. And what I will do as well, Pete, is as we start getting into it and so forth, I'll put a link in the chat. So if anyone wants to come on and ask any questions and talk about it, it's a Saturday afternoon, in it. So, I can fit about eight people on. So you're more than welcome to come on if you want. More than welcome. Bike is here.
Hey, what's up, Dario?
Gilster's here. Wiz is here. Guppy. Look at this. Look at this. Ricardo. Thank you all so much. Martin, Shabby, Scuba, Jonathan, Jay, saying hello to everybody. Nice to see you, pal. GJC's here.
Terry.
Wow, everybody.
Cheers.
Win. Hey up, Shabby and Scuba and all you peeps. What's in Super Scuba's mean-looking box? We're about to find out. Wait to see what's in it. And the nicest thing I was to Pete before we came on, I've not seen it. I've not watched any videos or actually seen this finish. The only thing I've seen on this is what we saw at Joe Fest, which was the prototype, wasn't it, Pete? It was just all white. It wasn't painted, it wasn't finished, and it looked all. So I can't wait to see it. Funniest thing is this: I see them in Bangkok. They do look good, but not my Action Force. Right? Well, they're 6 inches as well, aren't they? They're going to be bigger, so it's going to be different. Hi, Kev. And nice to see you, pal. Mr. George Aitkins here.
Hi,
Mr. DeForce is here.
Gary.
Gary, brilliant. Hiya, Brian. Brian's here. Wow, everybody's turned up. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. The most modest man in the universe is here. The most modest man in the universe. Brilliant. So let's have
the most modest collection of Action Force on the planet.
So what I'll do is I'm going to make that the biggest one, Pete. Put me and you there.
Yeah.
You take it away, Scoobs.
Okay. So literally, like I said, 4 hours ago, UPS rang the doorbell, and I'm like, what the heck? And in it was this box. So this is my Vanguard that I ordered.
That box is pretty big too, Pete.
Yeah, nice outer shipper box like you want to offer that protection. And let's
look at this. No one mentioned Everton. I watched it this morning.
Nobody mentioned Everton. That whole 3-0. Ow.
Jonathan says it's both awesome and a curse that there are so many 6-inch vehicles coming out these days, but damn, I'm so out of room for them. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Pete.
Yeah. Check that out. Very cool. Like that. A little Vanguard.
Pete, you might know this. Jason says, I do wonder if he was told not to do the old Action Force and do a new line when he bought the license. I'd love to ask him.
Okay. So Jason, he bought the name Action Force, not the likenesses of what, because I'm a fan of the vintage Action Force line. He does not have the rights to produce a Baron Ironblood or any of those other figures. He has Action Force the name because Hasbro let it lapse, and so he snarfed it up smartly.
Good on him, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a whole new story going for this Action Force, which is way cool. I like that. That's like a G.I. Joe blueprint, that you would get with your vehicles back in the day, right?
Is that on the side of the box, Pete? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the backside. Yeah, very cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, it is. Win. Look at that.
But I thought,
G4 says the box art is a throwback to the Sears Jabbers box. Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
If
you've, I know Tony had mentioned that in his video that it was very, very Jabba mail or the Sears box because they didn't spend a lot of money on the graphics.
I'll put the StreamYard link in the chat. So if any of you lads want to come on and ask Pete any questions or whatever, it's like I said, it's Saturday afternoon. It's just
I've done it. I've done unboxing it. I've cut my. No, it's still there.
Just get the live out of me, Pete.
How many times in a live unboxing are you like, oh no?
I just went, no. Pete's like that. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
Roll out.
So let's just make it big again so we can actually see it. Oh, so it's like a khaki color then. Wow.
Yeah, so you could get two versions, the khaki, the desert tan, or the gray.
Oh, I like that color. That color's like the desert color, isn't it?
That is. It's a chunker.
Yeah, it is.
This is so cool to be able to to have. Oh man. Ooh. And because I did order it early, the missile launcher came with it. Now
that was like a special bonus if you ordered it early, Pete.
Yep, that was if you jumped in. And again, this wasn't a Kickstarter. This was just a pre-order. Like I said, January 10th was my order date, and here I am with it in August, which is freaking awesome.
It's a biggie. It is bright. Look at the size of that bad boy.
Yeah,
yeah. That does look nice bikes. She's a beaut. Pete says G-Force.
You can order this. This is if you go on Valaverse right now, you can order up.
George Aiken says, "Is that Vanguard coming in my next Christmas box?" Uncle Scuba. Gilster says, "New car smells, Scoobs."
Oh yeah, let me. Oh,
I like it, man. I think that looks awesome. Cool. Is there anything different on it to what the prototype was in Joe Fest last year?
I tell you what, I didn't, obviously we couldn't handle the prototype. We just kind of got to drool over it. But the seats, the interior, that's what I'm just like flipping. I'm blown away. I mean, obviously the size of it is incredible as I try to unload.
Biker said it's a lot bigger than the classified Vamp. Yeah, it looks huge.
Yeah, it is bigger than the Vamp, most definitely. I'm gonna try to because the doors open out.
Ricardo says, "Hi, Ricardo." He says, "I don't collect Joes, but I can see my Mando figures or Clone Troopers riding in that."
Easily comes off. So if you want to go doorless, you can. But I want, let me get the interior of it. So the seats look leather, like they're stitched. Really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that is awesome.
And
that is super cool.
It does have a cup holder in there, but also there's the steering wheel.
No way.
Actually works. Yeah. How cool is that?
That is super cool.
And those are legit chunky rubber tires. Those are stiff. They're not, like they're gonna just.
So the quality of it's well made, Pete.
Yeah, this is heavy. Like I said, it's chunky. I love it.
Kieran says, "Oh no, it's Eternity all over again." But it's Eternity.
Yeah, the door. No, it's nice. It's got a nice hinge. It clips back on. Super easy.
It's scuba proof. It's scuba proof, Kieran.
But you've got the tow rope in the front.
And it actually, that rope comes out, does it? Or yeah. No way, does it?
Yeah, it's on about like a 1 foot spool. There's just, this is crazy. And there's the Reaper. I'm trying to get that.
Oh, Pete. You're never going to believe who's here.
Who's here?
Guess who's here?
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright.
Rolando.
There's the Reaper.
Right. So who's this? Is this a figure that comes with this? What is it?
Right.
This truck?
These are the drivers of the Vanguard, which is way cool. And with the Desert Tan version, he's sporting Desert Tan BDUs. The gray version, he's more urban, stealthy.
Brian asks, "Is there room for golf clubs in the boot?"
There is. Not only is there room for golf clubs in the boot, but you can put a figure back there, which is great. And I know in a lot of the artwork for it, they've got working a machine gun on the swivel back here. So I mean, you can really pack the figures in here. You're two, one in the back. So there's 5, one in the turret 6, and then another 4 because there's foot pegs out here on the rails. So you can really load it up, which is kind of what I plan on doing. This is obviously takes up a lot of space, but it's going to be great just to put my figures on something.
Looks absolutely fantastic. Jason asks, will you be adding some wear and tear to it, as it looks like it's come straight out of the car factory?
It does. I don't know if I'm going to mess with that or not. I know now there is a you can get like a muddy version. I'll use quotes over here. A muddy version from Valaverse for the same money, which is way cool. So you can order that.
I'll tell you what, I've got to admit to you, the more you're adding these accessories, the more you're pulling it out. And even George says it right here, far less than the price of the HasLab His tank, you get something bigger. I mean, that's the thing. We had Scott on last year showing his tank, and that is awesome. That is fantastic. Yeah. But I mean, that was what, 350, was it? 250, the His tank, and this is under 200.
350.
Wow. Yep. Damn, that is cool. Yeah, it really is cool, Brian. The legend has some grace with us presents. Rolando. Brilliant. Does it go with coffee cup holders? Yes, it does.
Actually, it does. And let me show you the package.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jay.
There is a little energy drink and a coffee cup that you can put in the cup holder.
It's, you know, it's the little things like details that really, especially as toy collectors, that set us off, don't they? They're like, yeah, that's awesome.
And if you don't want anything up top for the turret, there is a plate to just cover that over.
So you can take the turret off and just keep it as that.
Yeah, you can just.
The nicest thing is the way they haven't thrown all Valaverse stickers all over it and so forth. Is the fact that you can have that for anything. You can use it for Star Wars, for G.I. Joe, for Valaverse. You can use it for any 6-inch line, can't you? Really?
Totally. Oh, there's my.
Even the dog likes it.
Yeah. And there's the sticker pack.
So the stickers you can add to it too.
Yeah, you can do it up. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up too. I mean, it's an opening for crying out loud, right? So it's got oh, this is cool. It's got, the bad guys are the swarm, which is the honeycomb logo, and so you can put they've taken out several swarm vehicles. And I know that the next vehicle coming out from Valaverse is a swarm aerial platform, so that's pretty cool. But it has you can put student driver, we shoot back on the tailgate.
Yeah, the Arco Ricardo, yeah.
If you hear gunfire, you are too close. How's my driving? Action Force honor student and swarm pest control.
That's brilliant.
That is awesome.
Kieran says, coffee cup, you say? Des T will definitely want. Well, this is
There's your file card for the Reaper.
That's cool. Yeah, he's awesome.
Old school. And then just like the kind of the back of the box, you get the Joe-esque, blueprints that we all know and love from those vintage vehicles with that grid work on there. I'm digging that.
And by the way, you're not having any problems with it. It seems to easily fit in and everything slots in nice and no problems with it.
Yeah, this is like I said, I popped the door off just because I was trying to get it open, but it
Wizzy.
It goes right back on there. Let's open the missile pack.
Kieran says he loves the shovel attachment.
Yeah. Comes right off. Nice. It's flexible enough, but easily popping back on there.
Have you already got some on your shelf to stick this, Scoobs?
You know what? I was carving out some space a week ago, knowing that eventually this was shipping soon. There we go. That is cool. And you can feel that click around. I know the only bummer is this doesn't. You can't rotate it or bring it up. It just
stays in the position
side to side.
Which basically, I've never really had a concern about stuff like that, Pete, because it's going to go on display. It's not as if you're going to be in the back garden.
I know. Yeah. Right. Yes. Let's talk about the adult collector in the room, shall we?
Yeah.
I mean,
it always makes me laugh that when lads are kicking off. Hang on a minute. Well, he's got the articulation in it, and I'm like, you just got to stick it on your shelf.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And it's the ammunition. Bring that down. It's
that's
up.
cool.
I mean, it looks great. They didn't. As you would expect, they're not cutting corners anywhere.
No, look at the way they've actually coloured the bullets to go into there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool. All right, let's take that
Kieran
off.
says erection problems. It happens to the best of us. Well, that's another stream.
Sponsored by Valaverse.
Also, you can. Oh, hang on. Let me just make that even bigger, so you can change that to. Oh, now that's super cool.
Oh yeah, and there is. So you've got a whole bag of missiles to load that up. You've got 12, and then talk about how we're going to display this because we're adult collectors. You also
Jim Largo says, will Scuba be adding a submersible conversion to his Vanguard? Just needs a small gulp periscope
and a propeller.
Oh man,
it's not a bad idea, Jim. So yeah, you've got different rocket effects to peg in there.
Oh well, that's cool for people that take for people that do the photo, like Connor, for example. Connor makes all the, so he'd love that.
And they've got a little back blast. Truck down.
Oh man, that now if I had it, that's
cool.
That's the thing I'd put on the top. That thing that just makes it look mean. Do you know what I mean?
That was definitely icing on the cake for this to be offered in on the early order.
So you can only get that with the early order.
No, you can purchase it now extra.
Right. Okay.
To add it to your Vanguard, but that was just kind of like the cool thing, if you're into it and gonna back it. A little reward, which is awesome.
Jonathan would like to know how's the Guinness going down, Scoobs?
You know what? It is going well.
He don't mess about, all Scuba. He don't mess about.
Hey, I woke up, and as I do, I'm sipping my coffee, like we were talking, and Instagram, whatever. And there was a reel where it was John Cena talking about how he used to not touch Guinness because he thought it was going to be super heavy, and it was just something he wasn't interested in. And he finally had a friend like, "You're going to sit down and you're going to have a Guinness with me." And he's like, "I was so wrong." He's like, it's delicious. It's it's actually lower in calories. And I'm like, yeah,
full of iron. Yeah,
that's nice. Right. Even John Cena knows Guinness is good for you.
Win says Scuba doesn't need instructions. He's done this like he's done it before.
I will. And there is some blast effects.
Hi, Aisha. Nice to see you.
Through the machine gun.
So you can put the blast effects in the actual Gatling gun thing.
They peg right in.
Wow, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's slick.
What made you pick this color, Scoobs?
There's just something about desert. Maybe it's, when I was coming out of high school, Desert Storm was the thing going on, and a lot of friends were deployed over there for that, and the expanding missions from that. So of course, knowing that Tony was on a security team over there is quite fascinating. He's shared quite a bit of that publicly. What he's done and gone through and witnessed, but I don't know, just something about the desert. Plus, it's Tatooine color. If you're a Star Wars fan, we never leave Tatooine, so I think Uncle Lars would drive this out to Homestead.
Uncle Art. He lets Amber borrow it at the weekend. Do you know
Time
what
to
I mean?
change the oil on the Vanguard. Oh, can I do it after I go to Toshi Station?
Oh, brilliant. Biker Scout says it just proves to show how greedy Hasbro, a multi-billion-dollar company, are to charge $350 for a vehicle when Valaverse, a much smaller company, can charge $190. And I think that's what blew me and Scuba away at Joe Fest last year and G-Force, because when we saw this, we were straight away thinking 350, 300, you know, because that was like the going rate.
Yeah, that was kind of what stuck in your head, like,
yeah. So when he said what 185, 190, we were just that I think that blew everybody away, didn't it? At Joe Fest, really, everyone's like,
yeah,
what? How much?
I'm like, it's gonna have, you know, a steerable, actually working steering wheel and rubber tires. Like, those aren't just cast plastic.
George Aiken asks, I wonder when Valaverse will release an equipment pack for the Vanguard with rucksacks and side storage.
Oh, yeah. You know, George, he's always done such a great job of those expansion weapons packs and really listening to what the fans like. Now, do I own every Valaverse figure? No, I casually collect it like I do classifieds.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at heart, I'm a vintage guy, but when friends, because Bobby's a friend, Tony's a pal and a buddy, you know, when they're involved with something like that, you want to support it, like Delta 17 and what they got going on, and Stan Solo. Like, there's just some really cool Pally toys. Lee with his cardboard play sets. You know,
Pally Toys, Lee's doing a great job with that. But I agree with Delta 17. When we went this year, that line blew me away. I mean,
oh my gosh, it was so cool to see them from prototype booth in 2023. Like, hey, come on over here and check out the paint samples, and this is what they're going to be. And we're all like, oh, that's cool. And here, have a little swag.
You've just reminded me of something there, though. That's actually a good point you've just made, because it was only a year ago we saw the prototype of this, and now you have it in a year. So that's impressive. That's really impressive. Is it wise to have a Guinness while playing with a rocket launcher, says R. James?
I mean, everything seems to be going well.
TJC says a machine gun can go in the back of the vehicle as well, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm politely monkeying with, is the swivel mount for the machine gun in the back. So
Wizzy asks, did you buy any of those Desert Storm cards, Scuba?
I actually have a set of those Desert Storm cards. Yeah, a big pack of them. Got General Schwarzkopf, you know.
Aisha says, hello, hiya, Scuba.
Hello. How are you?
All right. Some people destroying vehicle. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. But I agree with that, though. I mean, that's the thing. When it looks like this, you can use it for practically anything, can't you? I mean, Monster Force, you can use it with. Like, there's another line that does military and so forth. And wow, I'm impressed. Very impressed.
This is cool.
I think my stint as the Walmart as the greeter is done now. Yeah, you done. Will Mrs. Scuba be getting a pink Vanguard for her strawberry shortcake collection?
You know what? You bring up a very good point, Jim. Leslie is also another one in our family. She loves her Bloody Pandora figure that she picked up that year.
Yeah.
And she does want a pink Vanguard, as well as the pink figure that he's going to be doing for, I think breast cancer.
G-Force picked that up as well, didn't he? The Bloody Pandora. That was one that was all blood splattered everywhere. That was cool.
It kind of scares the shit out of me, but she's like, I love her. And I'm like, oh God, here, take your figure. I'm going downstairs.
Kieran says this is turning into a drunk review. Wait, Saturday afternoon, Pete. You know what I mean? Mrs. Scuba Pete says, Jim, I really want a pink one. I'm sure you could get one pink painted up.
Oh yeah.
Mine's sober. Leslie, did Mr. Blobby make a pink one for Mrs. Vargo? Did Bobby make a pink one? So I thought you said Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Blobby. Yeah. Zoe Vargo has been on him since the introduction of this. Like, hey, how about a pink version? And he's going to do it. So
Kev says, if you wanted to weather that with sand and paint apps, there's a really cool video of a guy on YouTube of a guy weathering a 2008 Hasbro Indy truck.
Oh.
I bet it'd be,
Very
yeah.
cool,
I bet
Kev.
you know.
Yeah,
I
if
bet
you're
it would be good.
I'm sure let's talk about that for a minute. If you're a customizer, you're really gonna, take this thing. There's the undercarriage. You've got screws, not rivets, so you can take this baby apart and do all kinds of customization, weathering, whatnot. I wish I had that kind of time to do that, but yeah, I think that's what's really cool is seeing both in the GI Joes and the classifieds. I mean, and the Valaverse, the amount of custom figures that people are doing with them is just mind-boggling.
I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away by it. So, Des has joined us. And we're 37 in the chat, Pete, on a Saturday afternoon. You absolute legends. Thanks for that. Joining me and Pete for a beer and looking at toys.
Yeah. Why not?
What are the things what is a few things that are a bit you're not happy with?
A few things I'm not happy with.
Well, not a bit like
just like a bit trickier is me trying to put the machine gun in the back, but that's probably operator error.
Oh, I see what it does now. Let's have a look. Oh, that's super cool. It's like an arm to it.
Yeah, so you can swivel that in. I'm totally just jacking.
What the France? That's awesome.
But yeah, the ammo belt into there.
Nice, Aisha.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hear that?
Is amazing.
Oh yeah. It's time for another Guinness.
He's got to be hammered. He's going to throw it against the wall. I've had enough of toys.
We'll just let that settle, shall we? Like a good Guinness should.
So pros and cons.
I would say con, but this is a kind of a ridiculous one, probably. But size, I'm mostly a 3 3/4 guy, so this is going to take up a lot of shelf real estate.
Right.
But at the same time, I've already got several Valaverse figures on display, so it's going to kind of be like swapping space rather than having to just get even more, right? Because I can fit quite a few on here, in all the different positions, which is cool.
Thing is, I understand what you're saying about the space, whatever, but I love things that are massive like that.
Yeah, it just
remember when the kids like you were the flag in the Endo village and anything oversized, big. I'm like, yeah, this is cool, man. That is cool.
Yeah.
You're in trouble off the Irish scoops.
Look, Jonathan, it's a live stream. It's like battlefield conditions.
Oh, shame on you, Scuba. You tilt the glass when pouring.
It's at least dropped. Not that stuff in the bottle.
Oh. The amount Scuba's drinking, he won't find anything wrong with the world, let alone the Vanguard. I love everybody. So G4 says he thinks size is the biggest con. So what? Too big? I don't know. I like it like that. I think it looks awesome.
Like I said, it's got that impressiveness. It's into your collection space. People are going to be like, "What the hell is that over there?" And you're like, "Oh yeah." But it's built. Like I could see a kid playing with this. This is chunky. You can ram this off, a little rock cliff in the backyard and drive it around and bang it up, which would be cool. Because like so many of our, we're kind of all in our 50s, but some folks, like my buddy Ron, he's got kindergartner, for crying out loud, and he likes to play with stuff, just like Dad does. So the fact that this could be something that you could take out and zoom around the backyard with your kiddo, heck yeah.
Jim says now Pete needs a chunk monkey to handle that machine gun. Tailgaters beware.
Yeah. There's a hook back here, a tow hook. So it's like, ooh, what are we going to get in the future? that's gonna,
Oh,
that's not there just
no.
because. Yeah.
Mrs. Scuba Pete says the size might seem like a con, but there aren't other vehicles to go with those size. So a pro. I agree. They stopped doing Black Series since the Snow Speeder, which was 2 years ago now, and they've stopped doing it. So
let's talk about look at this. Even the door. That is like seriously thick and well done. Look at the detail on that.
That's amazing. And that's the inside, yeah.
Yeah, and that alone is chunky.
Wow.
And I know the Reaper, he's got like double articulation in the head now, so he can like really like roll. I'm talking to Connor here because I'm sure Connor's going to do a way better job of showing.
Is Connor getting it? Do we know?
I don't know if he is or not. I would assume so. He's always got a will away to get it done.
Jonathan says, I could not be doing with any of that 2-year waiting. Yeah, exactly. So for this to be a year, I think that's impressive. That's very impressive to me.
From prototype to in my hands, we're talking 14 months.
Because remember as well, Pete, it's not as if we knew about this before he revealed it at Joe Fest.
Yeah, it was the big talk of the con was that this was, not only because he had already paid for the tooling, so that just made it that much quicker to get, which is awesome. Being a
yeah. So I said he'd put Batman stickers on it. Put some Batman stickers on it. Heck yeah, Jim. I can see that little Deadpool monkey rocking the rear gunner position. Yeah. Gerard says, I'm just a minute away from the Guinness Brewery. So
God love you, Gerard.
Amazing. Well, it is. It's amazing. Caravan hook, so Action Force can go on holiday.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's got the rails up top that you can hang on to, with your figure. They're flexible, which is cool.
Gilster says, like a boat. Could be a boat. Could be one of those missile launch. It could be anything, couldn't it? That
a boat. I like where your head's at, Gilster.
Yeah. Hi, PGM. He says, I can hear ACDC in the back in black. Yeah. Gives it that sort of look, doesn't it? Aisha blowing PGM kisses. PGM kisses. What's going on? Gerald says, you can smell the smell of the. Oh, I tell you what. You got to give Bobby props. That's some crazy fast turnaround for an item this big. Not to mention his company was really starting off when the Vanguard was announced. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I just think it was impressive. And like I said, I'm not going to ever make it out like I'm your biggest Valaverse. I didn't know anything about him until I saw him last year. And I've got to admit, being a 6-inch collector, I was very, very impressed. I just thought, yeah, these look awesome, And that's the thing as well. I was never one of those people to compare him with other things like Joe's. And so I just thought it was a one-off thing, which was fantastic. I loved him. So.
Yeah, I'm not one of those you have to pick a side thing.
No, toy collectors, So yeah. Yeah, I was exactly the same way. Here we go. Kieran says Shane Valaverse doesn't make Batmobiles. At least then the figures would fit, unlike McFarlane's. And he's saying hello to
hopefully
everybody.
they're fixing that on the go round of the Batmobile. But I hear you.
Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed, Pete. I am impressed with that. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, the tail. I'm looking at the tail lights, which are really well done.
Oh, you even get a magazine rack that goes on the rifle at the back. The
gun. Yeah. Sorry. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Get my camera right. Yeah. So you have it belt fed there. But the headlights, like that's jazzy. I can see, with the micro LEDs that are out there and how cheap that tech is. Again, I can see one of our friend customizers taking this apart and adding in brake lights and headlights and all that.
Well, that's what you want to do, Pete. Stick it in your luggage next time you see VTR.
Yeah, be like, hey, Dave, I got you restored that X-Wing on Easter Sunday. I got another
Kieran
project.
says the wing mirrors are reflective too. Are they?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
No way. See, that's what we were saying before, little touches like that.
Yeah.
Biker says he needs a Jeep like that to commute to work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those, in a spot where you could skimp. They didn't. It's just
PGM says Bobby outdid himself with this. I've got to admit, I'm blown away by it. It turned out really nice. Yeah, really nice. Wow.
It's got the little cargo netting here, just like it would in your car, and it's got that detail to it.
And that's the thing. Even if that wasn't done, it wouldn't concern you. But the fact that it is, you're like, that's a cool.
And even the so the floorboard is textured. I don't know if it's gonna show up.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
It's got that marbling to it, which is cool. It's not just flat black plastic. It's got dimension to it, which is really neat. And again, those seats, that is kick ass.
Yeah.
You can see all the stitching.
That's...
Love it.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's very, very impressive. George says the rear mount should be on the inside of the vehicle, not hooked on the outside.
Sorry, George.
Get George. Good, Pete. What are you doing?
Just like, you idiot. I'm on it. No.
Wing says, hey, Pete, does it come with photon torpedoes and retractable wings? That would be cool too. Just like the carving chitty
bang bang.
Yeah. Kieran says the attention to detail is impressive. It is. It's very impressive. Yeah.
That's cool.
Leslie, thanks, George, for keeping Scuba in line.
Oh my chitty bang bang.
Kieran goes, Scuba's pissed, George. Give him a break. He's on 2 beers. He's fine.
2 beers.
Oh, Scuba.
You guys are cracking me up.
Oh, look at them all with beer emojis. Every one of them.
I love you guys. I think I got it. Maybe.
So the way they had it as well, last year they had 4 figures in it, 1 on the back, 1 on the top in the thing, 2 at the side. They had about 9 figures on it, didn't they? All over it.
Yeah, it's like I said, 2 up front, 2 in the back, 1 in the boot, and 4 outside on the rails, plus 1 up in the
I tried to see if I had a picture of it, but I didn't. I loved their setup last year. Do you remember in that old castle and they were all fighting it? It was so cool.
Yeah.
The way you did it. Yeah.
Articulated Ninja, he set up the, Bobby just gave him the figures and let him go.
Did he do that? Yeah, did he do it?
Yeah, Ninja set that up, which is way cool.
Yeah, it looked really good. It takes a lot to get Scuba pissed. Most of us know because we were out drinking with him in Birmingham.
It does take a lot.
Well, as this is fab, I'm going to have a fab to enjoy with Scuba. I don't understand what that means. As this is fab, I'm going to have a fab to enjoy with Scuba Pint. Oh, there you are.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, he's cool, isn't it, Kieran? G4 says 10, possibly 12 if you squeeze 3 on each running board. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, DTM, good old DTM's here.
Hey, Dave. And the lovely Helen.
Tim Largo says, Guinness isn't beer. It's your daily bread intake in a pint glass.
That's right. It's very healthy.
Peaky Arrow's doggy bus. Well. Oh. Yeah. I love it.
That's a beaut.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. Very impressed. And this is the first time, like I said, I've seen this now like this. So, wow.
Yeah, I'm blown away. I like that Reaper driver too. He's cool.
Win says, can you imagine if there was one thing left on the table that hasn't been fitted? Scuba would have to dismantle it all and put it all back together in its correct place. Well, I think he'd have fun doing it, though, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's what's fun, you know, is futzing with all this stuff. Like I said, again, there's the lid if you don't want to
see over the steering wheel of a Vanguard.
Oh, that's not true.
Brilliant.
They give him a booster seat.
That's one of the accessories. So you get
very cool.
You get quite a bit with it, don't you?
Yeah, you've got all kinds of, you know, like you've come to expect. Plenty of extra hands for the driver, along with your energy drink and coffee cup there. There we go. And then that's a really neat stand. I think that's going to be new with that kind of gravelly desert. Very cool.
Is that a stand for the figure, Pete? Yeah.
Yeah, stand for the figure, and then it's also got a slot to put the cool file card with.
So you put the slot in it behind it. That's pretty cool. That's a cool way of doing
that's how you want to, you know, display it.
Scuba GeForce asks, was the Reaper a bonus as well? I don't remember that in the original promo.
Yep. No, Bobby said it was coming with the driver. We just didn't know their name and what they were going to look like. But yeah, that's.
I think the driver was always included. Yeah.
Yeah. The Reaper.
Scuba's doing really well considering he's seen 2 Vanguards in front of him.
You guys are relentless. I love you.
Scuba, loving Scuba rocking the Leicester Vintage Toy Shop t-shirt. Yeah.
Yep. I am. Oh, yeah.
How many Action Force points does it come with?
That is a great question, George. I like where your head's at. And it is 5. Can I get that in there? 5 Valaverse points.
5.
5.
And do they actually work as well, or is that just
No, you can mail those in for specialty things along the way. Yeah, that's what's way cool. So it's old because Bobby said, you know, hey, I always like the mail order stuff, and we obviously all do. I can still remember mailing away for my Kenner Boba Fett and waiting every day since the day I mailed it off. Like, is it here today? How about now? How about now?
I do remember I remember Knee and Numb, and it felt like months till I got it. I always remember the Knee and Numb and Anakin, obviously the Anakin Skywalker figure. They were the two. Whether I'd ordered some more or not, our side probably know, but I can't remember them at all. Win says you're really getting your money's worth with this. Well, do you think it's worth the money, Pete?
I think it's well worth the money. I backed the HasLab Sky Striker. That was probably my first larger purchase for a company offering, as it were. But I think this for the money, one, because it wasn't crowdfunded. It was, hey, order it and you're going to be getting it in relatively short order because it's already on down in the production scheme of things.
Wow.
I think that's fantastic.
Now, can you still buy these, Pete?
Yeah. You can go on Valaverse and order you up one. They were fulfilling all the pre-orders first. And as soon as those came in, then they offered it up for sale again. So way cool. Again, the rocket launcher is an add-on that you would pay extra for, but I think it's well worth it.
One more time, I've put the link in the chat as well, just in case anyone wants to ask Pete questions. Anyone wants to come on and say, like I said, it's Saturday afternoon, so it's up to you guys if you want to come on and say hello.
Bobby's a friend, but I did buy this. This is my receipt for purchasing that. So, yeah,
awesome.
I think it's just a way cool toy, right? For
way cool.
Who'd have thought, in our 50s that you would be getting new, interesting things and from small companies, not the big boys.
Do you think the price of it got people excited to back it? Because I know sometimes, and I'm not going to say any other companies, I'm not doing that because other people have bought them and so on. But there are some certain things that come out, and I've had, people like myself have had to hold back because I'm like, it's a lot of money, $400, $500, $600. Do you know what I mean? But do you think with this being at that price, especially in this day and age when, you know, things like this are so expensive, how this came out, and it's like when we went to Joe Fest this year, we saw Ramen and they were doing all theirs at
all of Aces.
We were blown away by that, the massive tanks and all that sort of thing.
The tanks, the
do you think this is the way to do it? To do it for like under 200?
I think so. I mean, this is exceptionally well done for that money. I mean, you just, like I said, there's trying to find places where it was skimped, and it's like, nope. Real tires, shiny mirrors, different textures on the surfaces.
Kieran says, I still remember the collecting stars on my Action Man back in the day. I think I need about 5 stars. Wow.
Yeah, Mailaways is just a cool thing, and the fact that he's kind of honoring that legacy is a neat touch because he's a collector like all of us.
You can definitely tell the love that's gone into that. I mean, I've got to admit, it's like I said, I am extremely impressed, and the fact that the doors come off and you can give it that action kind of look is pretty cool, man. That's an awesome look. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. I think toy photographers as well are going to have a field day with this.
Yeah, I think people are going to go.
So much they can do to it.
Yeah.
TJC says Jace thinks the Vanguard is cool. Nice, Jace. Yeah, it is.
I agree with Jace. Aisha.
Would you say Tonka
a little smaller than a Tonka dump truck? Yep.
It's massive.
Yeah, a couple inches shorter and about 3 inches. That's later. That's later, Jim, when I go and take it out in the backyard.
Is it as big as an Action Man Scorpion tank? I had the Action Man Scorpion tank.
I have seen the Scorpion tank, and that is massive. So it is smaller than that. Yep.
I was told you had flying cars, people. So yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm blown away by it. It's so impressive. It really is. It's. Yeah. I think that would, like I said before, I don't want to repeat myself, but I think the thing on top, that missile thing on top, would be what I'd put with mine. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be displaying it with that on there. And like I said, it's got.
Jonathan asks, how many cans of Guinness would you say it weighs?
That is that's about 8 cans of Guinness.
About 8 cans.
Yeah, 2 4-pack.
Hasbro Action Man is the 90s produced a vehicle similar to this, only bigger, but it wasn't as detailed. Yeah, the detail on this is impressive. That's one thing me and Peter said. It's very impressive. Still on me, the joke. Still on about me, that Jonathan. It was an old joke, and I'm living in the future. What decals are you leaning towards? Yeah, which ones are you leaning towards, Scoobs?
I like the white. That's really not going to show up on camera, I'm afraid. But I think it's these, but in white, and I think that looks really cool on there. But some folks, the student driver, how's my driving? Action Force.
Are you going to put any of them on? Are you just going to leave this?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put some of these on here. Yep.
So Jonathan's very impressed that it's 8 cans.
Yeah, it
says full cans or Scuba used cans.
Full can. Like that is chunky. Yeah, the bumper stickers are a nice touch. G.
Yeah, and then Ricardo says what Jonathan says. Yeah, it's
makes me think of Spaceballs. The bumper stickers.
Shame they didn't have a sticker with a big Action Force SAS sticker on it. So. Well, that's sorry about my dogs.
Hey, they're excited. It might be an Amazon delivery, Shabby.
Yeah, I think that's what's turned up. Oh, now I hope you can buy more of the flying rocket details. I think if it had, I would have had it all. Yeah, can you imagine that all coming out?
Just
That
massive salvo. Yeah. You've got
8 cans. That's lunch here in Ireland, depending on who you're having lunch with. Look at that.
That's right. I love it. You can kind of get a little multi-shot.
Yeah, yeah, that looks awesome. Do you think you'll be taking any photography with it, Pete? Because I know me and you don't really do that, do we? But
that's not really my thing. I barely have enough time as it is. But I certainly appreciate it, and it's always tempting when you see somebody do it really well.
Yeah,
and I like when you see that behind the scenes, like how they're setting up the layers to get those shots. What was it, Gianni that was doing it with like couch cushions, but it looked like a valley.
Yeah,
the Star Wars figure was going, and you're like, what the heck? And then he pulls back, and you're like, you're in your front room on the
Johnny and what is it, Connor? I love looking at their pictures. They do some really good work. GeForce has done a couple of good ones too, but yeah, I enjoy all that sort. You know, because I'm the same as you. I've never bought a figure and thought, oh, I'll take a photo of that, or I'll do something. I'll just take the photo and put it on Instagram.
I'm like, ooh, cool figure.
But what I've got, you know, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I now have 2 of the Cobra eels. One to keep on it, that nice card back. But the other one, I'm tempted to take it underwater with me, you know, for some kind of action shots.
Jim Largo says there is a company called Bad Mother Customs that makes a water slide decals of all the Palitoy Action Force symbols. If you want to go old school, that'd be pretty.
There you go, George.
Yeah, nice. I get the feeling this is no longer a review; it's just Scuba's playtime. Well, that's what it is for everyone. Thank goodness they don't go to America. Was it sold internationally, Scoop? Was it sold internationally, or
you can, I believe, order that? It's just, you know, how much of the shipping can you stomach?
Well,
and the
George would
import.
need about 12 of them. We've seen his collection. He'd need about 12, George.
George is going to have to add on to his house.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I understand that, Chief. I was all excited this morning. Shabby, you should check out Mark Potter's Instagram for some great action figure photos. I will, TJC. Yeah. Well, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So overall, what do you reckon your score is? 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 11 out of 10?
Dude, I give this a 10 out of 10. This is packed.
This is the
money.
Is this the first big thing? Is this the first big thing they've done as well?
Yeah.
And the reason I asked that, because would this, knowing you've got it now, the price of it, would this make you want to back some more if they made some more?
Yep, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with that tow hook on the back. I'm like, oh, what are we going to be towing? I'm like, how about a little SAS fast attack boat with a diver? I'm just saying.
Hey, while you wait, you could put that Fortnite boat. Remember, we all bought that Fortnite boat for about $15 in Ollie's. That would get a trailer for that. That'd fit nice.
You know, I see that, you know, in its minty box from Ollie's, and people are selling it for $30 at the toy shows because they know everybody customizes them.
GeForce did a good job on it. He did a good job on it. I haven't taken that out of the box. He's still here. I just bought it. That's it. Gilster says 10 out of 10. Our Kieran says 10 out of 10, especially because I agree with that. I agree with that because I am a person that I you know, you've heard me say it before. I'm a person that thinks toy collecting in our hobby should be available to everyone, regardless of financial plight. I really do. I really think, you know, it's something that that we all should be able to do, and all should be able to, you know, and it doesn't matter to me. I've said it 1,000 times, whether you have a shelf in your house or a toy room like we have. Doesn't matter. As long, you know, so I'm impressed with the price. So I agree with that 100%.
Oh yeah. I love that. You know, when he kept taking it down and down during that presentation, it was like, you got to be kidding me, because we just looked at the prototype. So we kind of, got a working knowledge now of what that is going to entail, and then it's like 200, no, 190, no,
Yeah, I
it's
agree with you.
nuts.
Jim Largo says, good stuff,
Crazy.
gents. Thanks for sharing your unboxing. Yeah, I'm impressed, Scoobs. Very impressed. I'm glad you. And thanks for doing it on mine, Scoobs. That's really nice.
Yeah, I was
man.
like, I want to open it and I want to share it with friends and pals. So why not do a little live stream and do this live rather than?
Well, I appreciate it, mate, because like I said, we were all with you when we first saw that. So for you to do it on my channel, I really appreciate that, Scuba. Thank you, pal. Just goes to show how Bobby thinks. I think so. And the more and more you learn about this company, the more and more you learn the way he thinks, the more and more you're like, yeah, this guy's got it, and he knows what he's doing. And you can tell, Pete, that he is a collector himself. You can tell, when you look at his products like that, you think that's impressive, really impressive. How about a sticker saying my other vehicle is a his tag? That could be cool, yeah. That floats also. That's awesome, Scuba. Unfortunately, over here, we don't see anything from Valaverse, which is a shame because he makes good stuff. Now, I was under the impression as well that they did something with Walmart, didn't they? So is Walmart starting to sell Valaverse as well?
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy Valaverse on Walmart.com.
Awesome.
Yep.
Is this the same company making the bridging vehicle? No, that's Ramen in it, Pete.
That's Ramen Toys, and that's Ace's company.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's doing the bridging.
That
thing is massive.
Massive. And the tanks, and they were doing that deal as well, weren't they, themselves, saying it was about 185 for those tanks. But yeah, that bridging vehicle, honestly, Ricardo, we were blown away about that this year, weren't we, Pete? Like that is huge, that thing. So let's have a look. Claire says, I like it. I might buy Psy one. There you are.
There you go.
No, Ricardo, the Bridge Lavy's Ramen Toys, exactly right. Thank you, Jonathan. Des T says Jungle is massive, so we've done the hour. I'm not sure I've seen any action Forza Real except from Comic Con, says Jason.
Okay.
I've seen a few over here. And, I know you can get them from Valaverse themselves, can't you, Pete? And I know Amazon do a couple of them, Walmart do a few of them. So, yeah, there. I think the price of the figures is good. What is it, around 35 in it, Pete, for the figures?
Yep.
Does that still count here?
A ton.
Yeah, it does. Let's have a look. Thank you, G-Boss. Bobby Valor just exposed Hadlaz for what they've crashed. It was the talk last year, wasn't it, Pete? That it was the talk that, if a company can do it, especially independent, you would have thought a smaller company would have made theirs more expensive. Do you see what I mean? Because they've got a lot more.
Yeah, because it's a boutique, if you want to use that word. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about
yeah. And that's what we were all saying, before we knew the price of it. We were, I bet that's expensive. And then we were blown away by it. So I agree with what you're saying there, George.
And people were hounding him for, that year and a half, almost 2 years of, how about a vehicle? How about a vehicle? And so he was like, we're doing a vehicle. And check that out. Yeah.
And check it out. Worth it. And like I said, again, we're just raking over old coals, but I just think for the price, it's amazing. He's amazing. Back. Even, someone like me who doesn't go out and spend a lot of money on toys, like 3, 4, even I would get hold of one of them at under 200 quid. They're really, really nice. If I could afford it, I would get that bridging vehicle. It's impressive.
Oh, Ace is doing some cool stuff. I know a buddy got the Ramen Racer. He had that in the background the other day, and I'm like, oh, that was seriously cool. He was generally, it was very well done.
Was that was just so cool. It was like Ramen Toy sat there, went, what would Shabby like? So, we'll make the general.
It's like, that was how about a 6-inch scale? Generally, be like,
if you do the Bandits Trans Am,
right?
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your.
I'd lose it.
I can see it. I can see it totally happening. We're going to be at some con and he's going to be like, all right, we've got the Falcon getaway car, and it's got the fiery Phoenix on the front. And we're like, show exclusive, pre-order 180. And Chevy's going to be like,
I think I'd wet myself. I honestly think I would. I think I don't think I could hold it. It was a shame though that Valaverse wasn't at Joe Fest, because Joe Fest I thought this year was a lot bigger than last year. I thought it felt a lot bigger. whether it was or not, but it just felt like more vendors, more people.
I think it was busier than last year's. You know, that wait to get in on Friday night, the early bird, that line was nuts,
massive. Yeah.
But it was good to see Delta 17 doing a.
Yeah, I got their comic. They made a comic.
Busy.
It was good. Yeah. Not sure if Bobby has sorted out a vendor in the UK as yet. Thinks he's working on it though. Well, that's good. That's good. I think
I know that he's tried. Yeah. Again, I don't. You know, it's not like hey Bobby, how's that UK deal coming through? You know, that's.
Win says he's going to give it 20 out of 10. Nice win. Nice.
Win.
I've got to admit, when I first saw Action Force in Mega Plaza in Bangkok, I thought it was wow. That what they look like, and it's not bad prices. No, it's not. And like I said, I'm never one of those people that think I am. So I'm never one of those people that's going to talk about something I don't know about. So it wasn't until I saw him last year, and I was impressed. I mean, like I said, they had them all these figures lined up across, didn't they, Scuba, on the top of him. And I think there was a few of us there, and we were all like, "Wow, man, this is impressive." You know what I mean?
Our mouth, it's like, put your jaw back up.
And like I say, the more and more I'm learning about G.I. Joe, the more and more I'm learning about, you know, Valaverse and stuff, the more and more I enjoy it. And like I say, this is the figure we got, like I said, last year. And yeah, I thought, wow, I mean, all them accessories. I'm a Black Series collector, as you know. So, you know, I'm lucky if I get a stick with a figure. So we seem to getting arms and this and that and hands and guns. And I was just like, wow, that's impressive. Really impressive. The Charger HasLab has just failed. And Bobby jumped on making it cost effective, right?
Yeah.
The vehicle is 10 out of 10. Just like this. Like, Ricardo, you legend, man. Cheers, pal.
And Ace did that Charger as well. That was there. Remember, it had the light up fiery effects and the sound effects and all.
That's right. That's right. That was their version of like that Ghost Rider thing, wasn't it? Which was real, and it was a lot cheaper, which was really cool.
Cheaper and way better.
It was. I agree. That Charge HasLab was at 350 quid. It was a bit. Even I was like, no, man, you're not gonna. And it didn't. I think a lot of people didn't want it, did they? So I agree, Jonathan. Yeah, a 6-inch generally. I tell you what. Whether you jinx Imagine fans or not, and the nicest thing is they kept the flag on the roof, which I've always been one of those people. It's only a flag and it's history and all that sort of stuff. And I don't think the General Lee looks right without that flag, if you know what I mean. So, and I talked to one of the guys there, and he was saying, yeah, we had to do it and all that sort of stuff. So it just looks super cool. Keith Knight says, hello. Hey, sorry, I've been hiding behind the sofa. Bloody football. I know exactly what you mean. It was a nice 3 months off. You know what I mean? Enjoying your day.
Now it's like right back into the fire.
You sit there this morning, you think you've bought a couple of players last season at Goodison. Oh, this is gonna, and then I turned it off 10 minutes to go. I was like, it's ruined my weekend enough. Ramen makes a 6-inch Charger that comes in 2 colors, Gilly, orange and black for the General Lee and the Ghost Rider car. Yeah, and it was yeah, they had some really nice stuff. I went over to their booth, Pete, because I wanted to look at the 3030 they made from Bravestar, but they didn't have it, did they? They're the only things. But I tell you what was cool was Pete, was the Top Gun, the Top Gun pilots that they had.
Yeah, Maverick and Goose. How
they got that shine on that helmet. I was blown up. They look so real for 6-inch, those helmets. I was like, that's impressive, man. Yeah.
Those quality.
And the bread bin car, which was the 18 van. How cool was that? That was
I love it. That's my other pickup from this week. I was a little bit under the weather, but I did manage to score 2 A-Team items. I got the Howlin' Mad Murdoch Erdl helicopter.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And from Matt Swafford, the Galoob A-Team van in great shape.
That was one of my favorite toys as a kid, the A-Team van. I remember because you could swivel the beige seats inside, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Them and them toys, but my Star Wars was in them, my Action Force was in them. I loved that van.
It's got that X-ray machine in the back, like the mystery machine. No, it doesn't.
The radar dish. There was one at Joe Fest, and I wish I'd picked it up, and I didn't do. And I went back around, and it had gone. So I thought, oh man, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I love that thing. So to find it, for you to find it, but you found the jet fighter last year, and I thought I didn't even know that the A-Team did that jet fighter. So
fragile, and Chad hooked me up with, because it was broken, and Chad's like, oh, I've got that landing gear and I've got an extra wing, and he sent me those pieces, a shell, and the flipping box that it originally came in, you know, with the cellophane on it. Very nice of him to help me restore my jet, but super fragile plane.
The worst HasLab was the Reaver lightsaber. The thing about that was that, to me, no one knew that character was, and I was skeptical.
No, it was like, who's that?
The show was on the Wednesday, and it was either Monday or Tuesday just before. They're throwing out the HasLab, they're throwing out the Black Series, they're throwing out and I said to RSI, I don't think this character is going to be all that, because the way they are, you know. And then I thought to myself, who is going to pay 600 quid for a lightsaber that no one knows? No, none of us were going to do that. None of us.
Got no emotional connection.
None.
You know, nostalgia.
And that's what I think. You know, we were talking about the snake layer. I mean, me and you are big Motu fans, and the snake layer's been put back and so forth. And I think that's one of the things, you know, when you're asking people, especially our age, to spend that type of money, you've got to have a nostalgia to it, I think, for that type of price. There's no coincidence that, you know, Star Wars has been bought by Disney 12 years ago, but they're still making a cantina. They're not making anything from this because they know where to whittles, don't they? So same as G.I. Joe, the Rattler. I mean, how cool does that look? So, you know, that's going to hit you in it, Pete, you know, at your age, and you've grown up with this thing. But to do Reaver's lightsaber, that one to me was like, why? Do you know? It didn't make any sense. So
yeah, be like, oh no, just take our word, just back it. You'll love her. She's in the new series. Just give us your money.
Slight change of subject, Scuba. Did you see the email regarding Volume 2 of the Toy Collector's Wish Book?
I have that on pre-order. Yep, I'm excited. Wayne is doing some awesome stuff. Yep,
Shabby's figure comes with a stick, a curly whirly, and extendable arms. I tell you,
curly whirly. I love those.
I was shocked that they even got 600 backers for that review. It was shocking. It was weird.
Well, some people are just, it's Star Wars, I gotta have it, you know.
And a toupee. Let's have a look. Probably all 600 Hasbro employees. You're not wrong there.
Yeah, who knows?
Hello, the Oscar. Great review. I didn't know Valaverse released a muddy effect variant. I would have preferred that one instead of the first one. Did he? And thanks for coming in, the Oscar. We really appreciate it. Yeah, so what's that one that this gentleman's talking about?
Yep. So if you go on Valverse.com, you can order a muddied up variant for no extra money of the Vanguard, which is way cool.
Are they done like the Battle Damage X-Wing, or it's actually painted on?
It's painted on like it's been out mudding in your backyard.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look that up. So you can get the grey version, this version, a muddy version. Wow, that's impressive, man.
And soon a pink version.
So you could get all three for exactly the same price as the Cantina, more or less. Or Eternia.
Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, or Eternia. As I look at Motu Origins Eternia, which is on a table over there. Yes.
Biker Scout says he's quite chuffed this evening. He finally picked up an Action Force SAS Wolverine, only 44 quid. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
So what's that in our money? About 58 in it, 56. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah, just under 60. Does it have the tow rope, Dario? Hope so.
Biker, do you think why HasLab a lightsaber? They could easily have sold at retail. Yeah, they could have. They could have done it for a lot less than that. And there's another thing too. You're selling your retail ones at $159 to $259. You're selling that one at 500-600 quid. Like
they sell them all day long at Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. You know, you go into Doc Ondars and it's like, you know, they're all in the case. What lightsaber would you like?
That's true too. I think that was the same way as the Rancor. One of the things that did me about the Rancor, Scuba, was it was impressive, but why didn't you paint it? I've got to give Mattel credit. At least he finished off that snake layer, regardless of how it went or not. I liked it. I thought it looked great.
Yeah, you weren't looking at a unpainted prototype that they
first of all, they showed you digitals. And then about 2 months after they showed you the grey one, and I'm like, but you're asking people to fork out 350 quid for this. You haven't even painted it. At least, it was. I always thought that was weird, Pete. You know, so
people voted with their wallets, and
But look
That's
at what.
good.
But then again, it's really weird because the same company did the Rattler at San Diego Comic Con, and the way they had that set up in that platform and the figures around it and the lights in it, you're like,
yeah, it's got the fiery effect behind the damage panel where it's taking hits.
Are you backing that?
I'm gonna stick with no, because originally I was like, oh, the snake layer. That's what I'm more passionate about, and the fact that they've delayed it should not be my excuse to purchase something else. So I'm going to. I think I'm going to stand back. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like the Hiss tank too. I think that's badass.
Yeah, it's badass. We, like I said, Scott showed it last year on this channel.
Yeah.
And wow, I was impressed.
I was like,
that.
Wow, and all the figures that it comes with are cool. I mean, I hope it gets to that Baroness, the Rattler. I hope it gets to that Baroness level.
Oh, that Baroness was a super. Even gave it, and especially when they said we worked out with the heels. Yeah, it looks great. It really does. That's what his thing. I'm on to season 2 now of the Joes, and I've got this thing I do at nights now. So I do all my jobs, get all the kids to bed, and when I go into bed, I put my headphones on and I watch the 80s cartoon.
Nice.
And the thing is, I've heard you and Jeff and Jeeve and Rob's retro, all the lads, oh, Shabby, you've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. Of the simple reason, you know what I mean? I've never really seen it. And I am blown away how cool this was. It's just super cool. But that's the thing. They drew the girl so sexy in G.I. Joe. And it's there's love triangles in it. And there's people dating in it. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, when they go to the alternate universe where Baroness has her own female sexy troopers that are like, yes, Baroness, and you're like, oh.
I've just finished that one of the latter ends of season 1 where they're in this jungle, and this Baroness, this blonde trooper, and Destro, and this blonde trooper is like, oh, Destro, thank you. She makes her go back, and she's like, but Baroness, the whole camp is blown up. You go over there. And I just thought, this is a kid's cartoon. I was blown away, Pete. Yep. Blown away.
Still, you're messing with my man.
Yeah, they look really clean with good stickers. No tow rope or hunter figure. Yes, a good deal. Nice. Cool. 44 quid. It's takeaway money, that, isn't it? Hasbro hasn't seen to make Luke 7 hands yet. They will. They'll probably go to a second-hand shop. Do you see what they did there? Second-hand. I picked up a lot of action figure vehicles for 55. A Hyena, a Shadow Tracker, Wolverine, 2 Hawks, a Red Laser. Unfortunately, someone painted them blue to make Cobra vehicles.
Oh, no.
Look at him. I'm still on the lookout for a Hyena, George. Let's have a look. Nice one, Biker. You know what, Pete? One day I think we should get George on showing his collection. Should show pictures of George's guy, because we talk about it over the last few years, but I don't think if George is up for that, we should do that. We really should.
George, now that you've shown your beautiful face at NEC this year, and so many of us know what a ham you are, I think you should be a guest on a live stream and show us, because you are hilarious, dude. And I love that there's conversation like him and Dario are talking about, hey, I'm still looking for a hyena. These are all conversations that we had back at Easter, you know. Oh, It's Analog joining this stream. So we put Analog's logo in with the thumbnail because that image is from Tony's video,
which was nice.
Give him credit where credit is due for that cool photo.
We're that sort of stream. Do you know what I mean? So we give people the credit where it's due. So we appreciate him letting us use that. We really do. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Kraken's Creations, are they on Facebook? Action Figure. Have you heard of Kraken's Creations?
That's Matt. He's on Instagram.
Matt. All right.
Yeah,
he's
the on Instagram.
So what does he do? Like customs and all that sort of,
tons of customs.
He was the guy that was at Joe Fest this year selling Action Force. He was a nice guy, English guy, and his prices were dirt cheap. They were really good.
And I'm trying to remember because I met him at NEC in Birmingham, and he said, "Hey, I'm coming over for Joe Fest. Anything I should know?" And I was like, "Pack as much as you can of vintage Action Force, and you will sell it all." And he was like,
"He was doing well.
I plan on it." And I was like, "That's good." Yeah,
he was doing.
His prices
really well.
were phenomenal.
The Rattler is currently at nearly 14,000 backers with 23 days to go. It's impressive. GeForce, are you getting it? So it's impressive. We all know the Rattler will back. Yeah,
it'll back.
It's backed, isn't it? Basically,
yeah.
There's a rumor going around that Hasbro is going to stop making Disney toys. Not sure if it's true though. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll do it again though, Pete. I've got to be honest. I mean, I've spent thousands on Black Series and TV seasons. I think if it left and it went somewhere else, it'd have to blow me away, or the price for me to start Star Wars all over again, to be honest. I think I'd go back, Pete, and collect what I've missed. Do you see what I mean? I think I'd do that more than jumping on the wagon again, you know.
Yeah, with a new manufacturer. Yep.
That's the thing.
I still have 2 tubs of VC and Black Series that basically I can look at it and go, that was lockdown. Because you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything. So what you could at least buy online, however frustrating that was, but that's what we were
saying behind the scenes though, Pete, and how important for people our age a TV show, a comic, and all that goes with the toys, because we still have that youngster in us. When we were kids, we loved that original. So the figures, and like I said, you're watching the G.I. Joe cartoons, so you're buying them, and it just goes to show, doesn't it? There's no coincidence that there's a lot of people, especially in our community, that they're getting rid of this and they're getting rid of that. And I think that's why, if things like, for example, the Acolyte comes out and it blows us all away, we'd never find those figures. Do you see what I mean? We'd be like, oh, these are awesome and all that sort of stuff, So it just goes to show, doesn't it? Yeah. People our age, we're such pop culture enthusiasts. It's not just the figure, is it? It's everything else that goes with it. So I'll always collect it.
Look, Ronald Reagan did it well to us here in the States with the deregulation, and it's happily it was open season on us with the G.I. Joe cartoons, and G.I. Joe will be right back after this break, and you're like, quick, run, grab a snack, and then you're like, you hear like a G.I. Joe commercial, and you're like, oh, hold on, there might be a vehicle I don't have.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you'd run and get like your milk and cookies, and then you'd hear, now back to G.I. Joe, and we're like running down the steps to get back on the sofa.
I'm like, like, we'll be back with G.I. Joe. Yeah. I love it. I sit in bed and I've got my headphones on so my wife can't hear it, but I tap when I tap the thing. Will you stop tapping? I'm like, oh, sorry, you don't realize you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Jonathan says the Rattler is definitely funding way slower than the previous classified HasLabs. Wonder if it's due to the size of those lame patches. What do you think, Scoops?
That was a very lame, weak, throw the patches in, but don't call that like that's the tier 1. Like, if we get to that, you'll get some patches. I'm like, whatever.
I don't know. This might be cool.
Yeah, Matt Paul is Kraken Creations on Instagram.
Right.
Yep.
Cool.
Great guy.
God knows, Scuba. Female figures can be a right pain to get stand with. Normal feet. Heels will be a nightmare. They said it, though, at San Diego. They said they've sorted it, haven't they? She stands in these heels or whatever, but it's a great-looking figure. I've got to be honest. George. Yeah. Wolverine toe hooks, sea lion aerials, custom pieces. Wow.
Yeah. A lot of those really hard to find Action Force bits. Matt, aka the Kraken, is creating those. Hey, what's up, Dave?
He looked cool.
He looked size.
He looked cool. He looked like James Bond on that picture before when he was in Italy with that lake behind him. He looked handsome. He looked cool. I thought that's a cool picture. Evening, chaps. I'm a few miles down. You have a great holiday, mate. You have I wish you and DCB have a lovely time. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, VT. Yeah, you look a bit sexier, Jonathan. Oh, preparing a gift box for Tony just now. That's nice of you. I liked him. I've got to admit. I mean, and we showed that picture because that's the only pictures we had for the Action Force lads. But I've got to admit, what a lovely bloke. I was blown away how nice he was. You know what I mean? Not
Tony,
a big head at all, not a funny guy at all. He's just a really nice bloke. And we spent most of the night with him chatting and having a few beers. He was a really nice bloke. So yeah, credit where credit's due. What a nice guy.
Yeah, we've logged days hanging with Tony now, and he's a mate. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a pal.
This Vanguard vehicle is just phenomenal. I can't say that word. Phenomenal. It's worth.
I had 2 Guinness.
Oscar, are you gonna get it then? Are you backing it, or have you got it, or are you gonna get one? It's impressive, man. It really is impressive. Look at that. Hey, Pete and Shabby just joined. How's the new vehicle? Let me make it big a minute. Have a look at this.
DTM, this is amazing. It's a beast. I mean, it is gargantuan. And yeah, I took the door off in a hot second, like as I was unboxing it. It does clip back on, but I think it's kind of cool just to show that you can run it like that. And because DTMs and all of it, you can trade it out and make it for the gunner.
That's slotted in perfect as well.
Yep. And it's got pegs. Yeah, like I can peg a figure on air. Any rate, he's going to slide in there. But there are foot pegs. And it does rotate with a little, like of a satisfying little clicky. Yeah. Just
very
cool.
Very, very impressive. George says, have to head back to the shops. Feel free to talk about how awesome I am. Well, now he's gone. Should we tell him what we really think?
I mean, he's kind of gangly with that eye patch. And
I mean, he's okay. Do you know what I mean?
He's such a ham.
Yeah, we will talk about it, George. Not sure about how awesome you are. Like, everybody was like, oh, I don't know. Gilser says, just want Black Series to finish the original trilogy. It would be nice. It would be nice. I mean, this is a company, like I said, that have been making them for 12 years now. I mean, it's a long time.
Well, and that's that's the beef with TVC, right? Like, finish the original line.
Yeah, it would be nice. Would be nice.
I wonder if they did that, you know, in the next year. They were like, we're going to make sure that we finish the original 96. Would people be like, okay, well, later? You know, and they're like, well, we can't do that. So let's.
I think that's what puts people off as well, to be honest. I mean, you know, you could rarely find your Boba Fett's and your Darth Vaders, but 42 Mandalorian figures. That's how many have come out for that line. 42. In the Black Series, there's been 42, not the Mandalorian figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that Mandalorian at least 16 times, you know, in all different.
I know the muddy variant is your.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. It's like I said, I understand why, but I think that's what put maybe if you're like, come on, man, give us some. And again, distribution was always a nightmare. He says, yeah, it's crazy when you break down the numbers, G-Force, for over 500,000, those patches better have sold themselves onto jacket. Look, he's come to see us. One of our favorites. One of our favorites. Yeah, I hope you're having a lovely holiday. Yeah, I hope she is. It looks epic. It's a giant machine. Looks quite. That's one of the things because when you picked it up, you said straight away, "Oh, the quality of this isn't, you know, is really good."
It is not flimsy, and it's got details for days.
That's Pete's car, DTM. He's going to drive down the streets of America in it. That Vanguard looks pretty sturdy, Pete. How heavy is it? It's 8 cans of Guinness, Win. We've discussed that. 8 cans of Guinness.
I mean, it's.
Look at him. I'm still here.
I just any excuse to pick it up and mess with it, right?
So it's going to look, and I tell you what, when you put it on your shelf, it's going to look even bigger. Are you going to put figures in it or around it?
Yeah, no, I'm putting figures in it. Because, like I said, I'm going to trade some of that space where I just had Valaverse figures, you know, stacked, you know, on display. It'd be way more fun to put them in there.
I'd love it.
Maybe have them running over some swarm, you know, where they're on the front bumper, like.
Well, perfect. Anything else to say before we go? We've done an hour and a half. That was
this has been fantastic. I'm glad we could make this work.
Oh, you know how much I love you, pal. Thanks so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. But anything else to say before we end, Pete?
No, just a sheer pleasure to hang out, and I'm so glad that all of our usual pals showed up in
people.
Which is awesome.
I know. Can't believe that. I'm well impressed. If there's, this is going to sound so stupid because if everyone doesn't know who the godfather of toy collecting is, Scuba Pete, then there's something not right. But Scubas, both channels, the Scubas channel and Chasing 80s are both in the description. So if you ever want to find Scuba Pete, if you're watching this on replay and so forth, link to Scuba's 2 channels. He does one with Chris Mira, one with Jeff Parker, and obviously one with the lovely Leslie. You can find him, no problem at all. Let's just get down here before we go, Pete. Let's have a look. Here we go. Hey, Pete, that's the best model I've seen put together for a long time. It truly is amazing. And what best place to build it on Shabby's channel? Bloody brilliant. Good job. Well done, mate. Yeah, it's impressive.
Thanks,
yeah,
man. And like I said, you know, if you're a customizer, all the screws on the underneath side, you can totally take this puppy apart. I mean, and make it into something that you can dream up. I think that's way cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be serious. It's like I said, I think it's a really, really nice look. I think it's super cool. The price of it is spot on.
Yeah.
The look of it is spot on. I think regardless of whether you collect Valaverse or not, that'll go with practically anything that you get. Do you know what I
right,
mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
that
really...
6-inch.
What, you don't like talking about shaved armpits and gravy and stuff like that, like you do on a Friday? You want to talk about toys? Yeah. Fantastic
gravy.
Vanguard special with Shabby Scuba. Yeah, it was awesome. Let's have a look. Awesome unboxing. We appreciate you all coming in. Every one of you. And please like and subscribe, because like I say, my channel hasn't grown in months. It has not grown. It's stagnant.
Which is a crime.
So if you're not subscribed, I'd love you to just subscribe. This is what we do. We just have fun on live streams. We talk toys, talk gravy, talk everything, don't we? And you never know who's going to turn up. Wednesday, we've got the lovely Zoe and the lovely Des on Tub Thumpers on Wednesday.
Nice.
So that'll be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Desi's second time. Well, he gets around. He's popular now, Des, and he's like
he's
famous
very
and stuff. So, and then we've got ZSR on Friday. Have you got anything coming up, Pete? Any streams or anything coming up?
I don't have any streams coming up. We're going to be doing another toy hunt here for this weekend. So I need to get with Chris and see if he wants to do that, or we'll put it up on the Scubas. One way or the other, we'll have a new toy hunt coming up.
What the hell? Thought this was tonight. Damn you, like a sleep on every eye. Before we go, Pete, Scubas, good old G-Force has just sent me some pictures of the other variants. So do you mind if I just get these up to show people?
No, please.
I'd like to see myself, Pete.
Yep.
So let's just see. Sorry, Pete. And
no. You're
goodbye then.
Look, we're just hanging out on a Saturday.
Let's have a look. Here we go. Mr. Sherwin. Where have you sent them, G-Force? Did you send them on Facebook? Sorry, I'll only be a sec.
Un momento, por favor.
Oh, G-Force, I can't find him. Where have you put them?
He says Instagram.
Right, let's have a look.
The old IG.
Let's have a look. Got it. Hold on. Let me just pause it right there. Thank you, G-Force, for this. I appreciate that, pal.
Oh, we're not pausing.
Done right there. There. Where is it? Where is it? There. Here we go. So if I share that, can you see that, guys?
Yep.
Right. And so watch reel. Here we go.
Oh, this is from the con that they're at this weekend.
Yeah, here we go. There we are. Oh, so there's the pink one. Oh, how cool is that? Yep. There's yours. Oh, is that the muddy version? Oh, that's awesome. So what con is this?
Packaging. I think that's up east.
Oh, sorry. Let's have a look.
Especially when I'm on the show.
That's cool. Their booth is always done so well.
Wow. Wow. So there they are. So there's the grey version with all the mud on it. That looks fantastic. The pink one.
It's wicked.
Oh, I see. There's the stickers on it. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How cool was that?
It's exciting.
Let's have a look. Still waiting. Bike is still waiting on a low bottom weak ray. Yep. Yep. I agree with that. Look at Rob. Damn, that looks badass. Yeah, I'm surprised our Rob's not got one of these. Yeah, that would fit Rob's collection perfect, wouldn't it? It's not my crap. I mean, Tubbs, it's always brilliant. Well, you know. Disclaimer: don't use gravy when shaving your armpits. Use Shabby shaving cream. I should put that into maybe
or cleaning your upholstery shaving cream.
Oh yeah, well, now you brought it up.
Yeah.
I thought my wife, I thought she was losing it, right? So we got this new car and she needed cleaning inside it. So I go outside before, and she's covered in shaving foam, and she's covered the whole upholstery, all of it in shit. And I'm like, has she gone mad? Stood there like, oh no, the kids have finally got to. Shabby's finally got to.
She's making a beard.
Yeah, but apparently, Scoobs, the thing to do is shave, and then it pulls out all stains and makes your car smell nice and so. So I'll let you know, everybody, how it went, because she said you leave it on for a few hours and then you come back and do it. And I was like, shaving foam.
Pro tip, she would know.
Ricardo has just subscribed to your channel, Scuba Pete.
Oh, thanks, Ricardo. Appreciate it.
Have a look. Pete, does this Vanguard come with free drinks cantina as in Tony Stark? As in Tony Stark?
Tony Stark. I mean, you do get an energy drink and a coffee.
Oh, Pete.
And cup holder.
Wynn's also going to subscribe to your channel.
Oh, cheers, Wynn. Thanks.
Yeah. That's awesome. Right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you all so much. Honestly, I've had, I know. It's so smart. Well, I don't know about that yet. It depends what... I would have a heat stroke if I went outside to clean my car. Is it that hard?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Texas heat. Don't go out there, Rob.
Yeah. Is it hot where you are, Pete?
It's ramped back up. Yeah. Summer is like, hey, still here.
I'm not going to tell you, but they'll never find me. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? Why do you think we lived in the forest?
Let's just say it was a close shave.
Yeah. Well done. Oh, anyway, take care, everyone. Later, you Scuba Pete, I love you, man. Thanks for showing that.
I love you to pieces.
I'm absolutely blown away by it, buddy. Really am. Right, we'll see you all on Wednesday. And then that's it, really, isn't it, Pete? Right, we'll see you all soon. See you later.